And next up, we have a duo. It is Wakelet certified trainers. We have Alex and we have Lois joining us from New Jersey. You guys, it's like, do you think the Wakelet team like thought this out when they put us as the last people on the 12-hour live stream?
I'm not so sure. I've been known to be very long-winded, so I know we have a 6 o'clock hard out, and I don't even want to cut it close. I'm having nightmares of the auto thing going off, and we're going to make it. We guarantee you we will hit our mark.
People up or putting them to sleep.
Exactly.
You guys are awesome. So those of you in the chat, I see you're already getting a lot of love. Christy is over here cheering you on. Mohammed is here. We love when Mohammed shows up. Yes, they are legends and amazing trainers. Mohammed, you're absolutely right. So if you didn't know, I actually told all of my people, if I could get to them, that they, especially Lois and Alex, they have a hard stop because we are stopping at the 12-hour time frame. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a 12-hour stream. It will be a 12-hour and 1 minute, 1 second stream, right? We can't do that. So I'm going to let you guys take it away. I'm going to go backstage. I kind of shorten it. Alex, I'm going to interrupt you because we have a couple of things we have to take care of before we sign off officially, but they are coming at you with their best Wakelet tips. And I can't wait for this. Okay, guys, take it away.
How about we just wrap it right here? We could wrap it right now, Tisha. No, I'm completely joking. Tisha, thank you for that.
Good.
I know I can speak for Lois very quickly that this past year being a Wakelet certified trainer, it's just really been different. This community, this group of individuals, including, Ryan, yourself, James, everybody, just has been so kind to me, Lois as well, from the days where I was just begging for a job at every moment, even in the ambassador meetings. So I've grown myself, and I bet a lot of people are out there wondering what this collection that I have up is all about. But before we get into this, we're going to really be talking about best strategies and tips and tricks for Wakelet today. We would love for all of our friends, maybe some of our trainer friends who might not have gotten an opportunity yet to get us their best tip or trick or hack with Wakelet. We would love for you to drop in the chat what your best tip is for this amazing platform. What do you love using it for? Is there some type of shortcut that you really like doing? Because Lois and I are going to share a Canva presentation with you that we're going to keep evolving, keep adding to, and we hope that the Wakelet team and all of our trainers will help support that and promote it as much as possible to get more people riding the Wakelet wave to the fullest. So really quickly, again, we'd love to get your best tip or trick. Shout out to all of our fellow trainers in the chat. We couldn't be more excited. And we compliment everybody who were able to sit in on their session. And if I missed you, we're going to take the time over the weekend to make sure we rewatch and give you the props you deserve. So I'm in on my Wakelet Community Leader application. And people go, well, why? He's a trainer, ambassador talk, all this other stuff. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and I'm going to share this. And I'm going to just kind of zoom in a little bit to the little caption that I have underneath where it says, peep the self-made Wakelet PNG I created for the upcoming school year. Then I did the O face. This will be linked with pertinent collections for my students to access, #WakeletWave. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are like, what a lovely logo right there. At this point in my journey through becoming more of an ed tech coach, somebody who represents so many different platforms, Lois as well, I'm now mortified on the ways that I broke branding in so many different ways on this wonderful platform. So this is my mea culpa to the Wakelet team, and me presenting along with Lois tonight. What we're going to share with you is our best effort to make amends for this logo that remains out on the internet and in my profile for posterity. I'm not getting rid of it at this point, just as a reminder of what I really was thinking was appropriate branding, even though I never read actually Wakelet's website. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide you multiple resources today to hit the ground running and be on brand as much as possible. So this is
your defense, you are a newbie. And you are creative, and you're always creative, and it's beautiful. But we realize that we have to be on brand.
Now Lois is talking down to me in front of the world. You see how it is, everyone, on Lolex EdTech. But we're very excited to be here today. Thank you so much. This is our Wakelet Community Week collection. We went on brand with the theme of the future. We've got our little Wakelet planet in the top left corner, and we couldn't be more excited to present to you today. So as a brief intro for ourselves.
My name is Lois Alston, and I am a tech coach for the Long Branch School District. This is actually my 7th year that I'm finishing up as a tech coach and my 21st year in education, and I've been in Long Branch this whole time.
So I've got to give props to Tisha Poncio and Ryan McGinnis. They're the two that started this kind of landing page for our Wakelet, profile and information. The top right corner QR code will bring you to each of our individual profiles on Wakelet. And we also love connecting with people on Twitter and otherwise. So please do reach out to us. Got to compliment Lois's profile picture. I think she did an amazing job, and I was happy to collaborate. And now, people calling me legendary. I feel legendary because of how old I look these days. I looked a lot younger there pointing at everybody. But I'm Alex Isaacs. I'm an educational technology coach, also at Long Branch Public Schools. I've reached my dream job working with my partner for life, Lois, where we collaborated throughout the year, making Wakelet our I'm having a tough time, exclusive resource hub for our teachers every single month. And we couldn't be more proud of how those came out. We're going to show you some samples of that. And I'm just absolutely thrilled to be a part of my third Wakelet Community Week.
Absolutely. And then because we do work together, we have created the Lolex EdTechs. And so we do have our space and our hub that we do share out to all our teachers and all the educators throughout the world. And I think that's probably the one I'm most proud of all the collections that we have created. And then really all the stuff that we're showing today is what we've used this year throughout our hubs.
Sure. And just really quick, trying to stay on brand once again. I think the Wakelet team might be tired of me asking, what font is this? What is this one looking like? So I'm at the point where I'm kind of removing backgrounds, bringing in different types of text to really stay on brand and make it look appropriate for different events, or just simply trying to make it look as Wakelet centric as possible. So these are our top tips along with some of our other amazing trainers. And we even have some from the Wakelet team contributing, especially those individuals that ran that fab after party the other day. So we're going to get their top tips along with some of the trainers. And I assure you, if we skip over any trainers, don't give them their just due, we will be promoting this to the fullest and building this as we go along, because one of our favorite integrations, one of our top tips is to bring those Wakelet those Canva links into Wakelet so that you can have embed presentations ready to go.
All right, so I'll start off. One of my favorite tips is adding sections to your profile. So as you can see here, and as we move forward to all the different slides, we had created a GIF or a GIF for each of the different trainer tips. So here you will see in my GIF is that adding a section in your Wakelet profile pages not only makes it easier for anyone going to your profile to have easy access to all the different sections, but I also like to add emojis at the very end in order to kind of make it stand out. So that way it makes it a little bit more noticeable. So here is our joint space that we have right here. And as you can see on the left side, we have all our different titles, and then we have our emojis. So if Alex, if you want to click on, let's say, creativity, this will bring you right to the creativity section. And that's what we love about this. Again, it's just easy for anyone that's going to look at your profile and they want to zoom in on a specific part. They can so very easily. And
what I also want to share is I see Christy Starr in the chat. She was one of the biggest proponents of really getting the Canva integration back up and running to the fullest. And I'm proud to say that Wakelet has now made it where you can bring in embeds from Canva, but you can also make them just a standard hyperlink if you want to do that as well. So we really love adding those sections so that you can quickly jump around, let others quickly navigate your profiles. And we feel like that's kind of a lesser utilized tip that we feel would really organize your materials and make it easier for others to access as well. So in addition to that, we also have, I believe, my tip up next. And for me, I think that one of the biggest things that I see in others' collections that sometimes I'm like, that's such an easy thing that we can kind of overlook when we're kind of bringing materials into a collection. Sometimes we bring in a hyperlink and we get that long title with just the link. And sometimes we might have a cover image missing. And for me, the biggest aspect of Wakelet that appeals to me is the fact that it's very visual. So the more that we can make things accessible to our neurodivergent learners, our multilingual learners, by adding in that text, adding in those titles and captions, I can already feel Katie Fielding being very happy with this portion of the presentation, because it's really all about elevating this for our students. So for me, anything that I'm bringing in, I am editing those captions to make it more specific, adding more context, and my hope, some amazing features being introduced by Wakelet this week. I hope eventually the ability to add hyperlinks within these descriptions to really add that next level of having dynamic media cards within our collection. So this is one thing that I find very easy. Again, you have gifts on every single one of these different tips. Lois and I had a great time making those up, also collaborating with the Wakelet team. And we hope that you just kind of use this, kind of take a look at it and consider maybe going back into some of your collections and utilizing these tips to kind of elevate them to a new level.
And then also, Alex, with adding all that text underneath, allows a student or anyone to use the immersive reader if needed.
Sure.
Which helps out. So the next one that we have Deborah Zeman here with her tip. So she likes to export collections as PDFs. So if you are offline and you want to be able to have the content from your collection, all you have to do, as you see in the GIF right here, is go to the 3 dots, click export to PDF, and now you're able to basically download this so that way you can use this if you're not on Wakelet as it is.
And it might look a little bit different if you're going into someone else's collection, but all you have to do is hit that export as PDF. And I know about this, but again, when Deb brought this to my attention in the Slack DM, I said, you know what, that's a great tip, because then you're offering almost that like hard copy of your Wakelet collection. And Rick, we really appreciate you, brother, staying up, watching us at this point after this 12-hour live stream. We appreciate it. We also have, and Tisha, I'm going to probably try for around a 5:45 out so that you have plenty of time. Okay. We'll bring you back up. So
that sounds amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wow. Like the voice of God, Tisha, out of nowhere. We love it.
And you can come back to yours when we bring your tip up.
I will. I'll come back. We'll do the live ending all together to keep
Perfect.
Alex on track.
Perfect. So we have Jackie here as well, Jackie Kavanaugh, who, again, I was able to sit in on her session, did an amazing job with everything, and really shared about sub-collections. Here's the sad part. Used to rip on Lois for having sub-collections within her collections. I always say it was like Inception. It's a collection within a collection within a collection. I was saying, how many layers of collections are you going to have? Lo and behold, at this point in my day, you could see we gave you an example of many sub-collections. I'm using sub-collections within my own digital portfolio. So it's just really become a tip that Jackie's right on point with this one. You can provide less overwhelm to the people you're sharing your collections with, especially in the column layout. I've seen so many amazing column layouts, and it's personally my favorite, but there still has to be some level of, you don't want to overwhelm people with a wall of information out of nowhere. So we're really trying to keep in mind to use that media when we can and provide those collections underneath, as Jackie recommended in her session, I believe yesterday.
Yes. So special shout out to Jackie for also liking collections within collections.
Yes.
All right. Next one. We have Neelan Taylor. She loves to do Wakelet apps in the website. So she basically uses the Wakelet mobile app, and then from there she can take whatever she needs to add in her Wakelet collection on her device, and then it's going to go right into your website simultaneously. So this is a great way for on the go. If you are not by your laptop or desktop and you want to add anything into your collection, it works great. Even if you want to take a picture, if you're out and about and you want to add that right in, it works seamlessly, very nicely.
And Lisa, great strategy as well as far as adding spaces and kind of setting the theme for those as well. Fun fact about Neelan's tip, it provided me the most stress when creating the GIF because I had to do the separate recording on the phone, but it was still a pleasure because this was a really cool way of kind of editing on the fly and not having to do that extra step of uploading from your phone onto your device and then onto Wakelet. So uploading it onto the Wakelet mobile app and then editing on your actual larger PC or laptop.
And then real quick, this is something that we also talk to teachers about with students with their own student portfolios. If they are playing a sport and they want to add a picture, or if they're in band or dance or drama, and again, they want to showcase what they're doing and they're already at that event, we always recommend, hey, let's have them take the picture and put that right into their phone on the app. And that way, when they get back to their desktop or laptop, they can then rearrange and do what they need to.
All right, so Tisha, we're going to save yours to kind of close out this piece. There's Rick just looking so gleeful in that shot. I absolutely love it. So for Rick, it was really just taking the Canva integration that's built directly into the platform, either for your cover images or for your media card cover images. You have your 800 by 600 template made available directly in Wakelet. And for me, I can honestly say this is the integration, probably along with maybe Moat, that I use the most within. This has elevated our ability to present from Wakelet, because now we can have Canva slides deck within this in just a few clicks and transitions and everything else. So Rick was really just talking about using the Canva integration. It's a wonderful tip. If you're not already using it, please do. And a little fun fact, if you have the same account and you're logged in on both platforms, you can cut and paste in from that Canva website into the Canva on Wakelet if you're missing some of those animations or some of those different fonts that you might lose in that. I know Image Upscaler is only on Canva, so you can always upscale your image and then cut and paste it in on Wakelet. I've spent a lot of time kind of doing that.
All right, and now we have Ryan here. So he likes to upload and record videos. So Wakelet is a great way to either upload or record whatever is needed at that moment. And I do like that feature where you can just click on that camera icon and choose if you want to do a recording right there, and then it's going to go right into your collection. Or if you had already created a video through Loom or Canva or any other app, you can just easily add that right into by clicking on the upload section right there. So this is great for teachers, for tutorials that they want to share with their students, again, or also for students that want to showcase what they're doing and using a video. This is a great way for them to add that into their collection.
And Tisha, if you want to come back out to kind of present yours really quickly, and then we'll close out after that. You know, I'm sure I speak for many people out there. We were shocked. We were saddened to see that Microsoft Flip is kind of taking its camera and going into Microsoft Teams. So all the more reason to really give that Wakelet video recording tool a real chance. And, you know, obviously for all of our Flip fam out there, we're thinking of you. I'm sure people in the chat out there are still devastated. So just a great opportunity to use that Wakelet camera, get accustomed to it, and start uploading those videos directly into your collections.
Well, thank you for saving my tip for last, you guys. This is one that I never actually thought that I would ever tell you as a tip, because I never used this option until recently. And many of you know I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. And let me just tell you, that made me have a lot of tabs open with a lot of collections from a lot of different creators at the same time. And I realized, you know what? There's a way to do this in Wakelet. I can save these items to all items. So if you are, we'll call you legendary Wakelet users, legacy Wakelet users, you remember that as bookmarks, bookmarking content, but it is now called all items. So I am using that more and more these days, especially during sessions like this or conference sessions. And I'm saving that content so I can come back to it later, because of course, you all know I am Team Chaos. Alex actually is too. We have decided, Alex, in the chat, that you were just disguising yourself as Team Control. But this is going to help you and your students. I really think it's really important for us. You know, it's underrated. It's an underrated option. Many of the presenters during session 6, I find, are high-level Wakelet users. This would be the best tip for those of you just coming in. All items for the win. You're absolutely right, Joanne. You can't go wrong with that. And if you aren't sure where things are, like me, I go to all items. I really love checking that out. Team Chaos for the win. Sorry, Alex.
Seriously, where I'm at, I thought that said hashtag Team Tacos for the win. So that's where I'm at this point in time. Tisha, would you be good? Would you be good with us about 3 more minutes, kind of sharing what's left in the collection?
You go right ahead. I've got a timer going. You can actually have 4 minutes, Alex.
Wow!
All right.
Look at how nice. Okay, so in addition to those Wakelet top tips, and once again, we do plan on updating that as soon as possible. We also kind of provided you all the different stuff that we've been using throughout years of creating different types of materials for our teachers, for our students. So the first thing is, we've got pretty much any different type of platform that you can name. We've got the 800 by 600 version of those cover image ready to go for you to kind of download, edit, fit your needs and fit your collections and make those more either aesthetically pleasing or on brand or however you want to look at it. And then next, we also have this. Now, this is kind of getting into, this is a very Wakelet-centric type of template that we have for you.
So the next thing is we use gradients throughout our presentations. And so through our collections, each month that we have in our hubs, or even our collections that we have for the different platforms that we're showcasing, we like to have a consistency. So having that gradient and being on brand that we use with the colors that we have from Wakelet, it allows us, again, to just make it more uniform, our collections, and also to change it up from collection to collection. So that way it's a little bit different, but at the same time, it looks pretty when you're looking at this.
So basically what we did is we took the Wakelet brand colors, which I have saved over here, and we made gradients out of each of them, combining them. So DM Sans is their font of choice. So basically, if you are creating a Wakelet collection you're presenting on Wakelet, this would be an excellent opportunity to simply duplicate the banners that you want and then edit the text to fit your needs. And we got to compliment Amy Zambrano from earlier. We kind of worked with her a little bit. She kind of took these templates, made them her own, and we're so proud of her with that. But we just really wanted to represent Wakelet to the fullest in all ways. Now, this is one that's very near and dear to my heart, because this is, since I've been doing virtual classrooms on Google Slides, this is all of my different platforms that I've kind of curated and created. That the first 6 are our Wakelet icon brands that are the official colors of the platform. Again, walking away from the white W with the black Akelet and the very fancy waves and everything. Joanne, it's been a little bit tricky recently, but yes, we hang in. So these are all available for you to download as a transparent PNG. They're all high quality. So this would really allow you, if you're using any of these platforms, to create some very dynamic materials for you and your students, or your teachers if you're an ed tech coach.
And as you notice, everything was done through Canva that we had created in order to just, again, make it easier to bring it right into Wakelet.
So we just have an example of kind of how we're using those different logos and how we're using those banners in our most recent ed tech hub. It was our last of the year, so we invite you to kind of look at that. But really, as our call to action for today, we would love for you to take this summer scrapbook template and really use it to the fullest as you kind of map out what you have planned for the summer. So what we have available to you are goal setting templates by Adobe Express and Canva in the leftmost column. We have, let's say that you want to get down with some professional learning. We've kind of curated the best professional learning that we feel as far as the platforms we use in our district and use personally. And we're starting off with our Wakelet professional learning, which is basically step-by-step getting you to reach the top level, which is, you know, Lois and I hopefully welcoming some new trainers sooner than later to the next cohort.
And this is what we had shared with our teachers in our district, and we wanted to share this with all of you. And we added some more for today, so that way you guys have more access for the summertime if you want to continue your professional learning. So
space for a summertime playlist, either on Spotify or taking your favorite YouTube videos at this time. And then finally, we had to throw in the new AI generated feature that was added to the platform. We are encouraging you to create a vision board that kind of represents what you hope to achieve this summer using Wakelet's brand new feature and tool. So we hope that you enjoy kind of perusing these collections, and we really hope more than anything that these help you elevate your own as far as branding, keeping things consistent, and making it very clear as far as what type of materials you're presenting to others. So again, we were just so happy to present together for the first time at Wakelet Community Week. And I know you mentioned this earlier about a previous session, Tisha. First time each of the three of us in a webinar together. And again, so appreciative of everybody in the chat, including our trainer friends, our Wakelet team friends, and our new friends. We can't thank you enough for hanging on this long. And Tisha, we promised it. We hit our mark.
You did it. Did you hear my timer go off?
4 minutes?
You did it in 4 minutes. And you know what? We have enough time.
We're not messing around anymore, Tisha.
I know you aren't messing around. I'm going to remove your screen. Don't close your screen share, because I want to come back to it. But I love that I get to be here with all of you, and we have so much happening in the chat. I am so glad that all of you are still here with us. Claudette is so thankful for all the amazing resources. James really loved this session and the 12-hour live stream experience. We're not done yet. I still have some things. I have some questions that I'm going to ask Alex and Lois. Rick is still in the chat. He hasn't left us yet. He's sending you so much love. The truth is, you guys are loved by so many, and you have so many things to share. Great ideas. They don't sleep. Joanne, that is Wakelet train. You should know this, Joanne, when you become a Wakelet trainer, right? I make you sign away that you're never going to sleep again, like the rest of the team.
Vampirism becomes part of it. Yes.
24/7. Okay. So I do want to say this before we end. Tomorrow we are going to start day 4, and day 4 is going to be so full of jam-packed sessions. Day 5 on Friday is going to be so amazing. Christy Guest is saying this is her first Wakelet Community Week. Listen, Christy, advice: you go make a Wakelet collection. And you put all those amazing resources into one and use column layout, right? And you think, okay, what can I implement immediately? What do I want to take a look at this year? And then maybe what do I want to come back to later, right? So that you can kind of organize that. There is so much on our YouTube channel, so make sure that you are subscribed to youtube.com/Wakelet, because you can go back and watch all of the sessions from today during the 12-hour live stream. You can go back and watch all of the sessions from Monday and Tuesday, and you can go share all of the sessions coming up. And I'm telling you, they are worth it. You want to go look at that schedule. So in the chat, I'm going to ask Alex and Lois this question, but I want all of you who are still here with us, ending this 12-hour live stream, I want you to answer this question for me. So Alex and Lois, total time that you think that you were on the 12-hour session today, because I saw you in a lot of sessions, if you were just ballparking it.
I would probably say that I watched a good 5 to 6 hours worth of amazing content today. The only real breaks were for a walk, but I was still watching, and a drive. So
yeah. I had it on. I had the YouTube on when we were walking, and then my drive to back home, and then taking my son to basketball. I had it on coming back.
Yes.
We didn't turn it off.
No, I had mine on my computer. I was doing work. I had it on in the car as I was driving to get coffee. I also had it on my Apple TV. So everybody that was presenting today, we listened in, we tuned in. It was an incredible day. So now I want to know, was there a particular speaker or presentation or quote that really stood out to the two of you today? Also, those of you watching in the chat, what stood out to you? What is really still at the top of your head that you want to really explore?
I would say for me, it was seeing, all of them were really great, and we learned so much from everybody. And the big thing was because a lot of times we're either walking or driving, especially when we're driving, I couldn't put in a message in the chat, had to be safe. But it was really great seeing Amy Zambrano today, because we do work so closely with her in our school district. Every week we work with her. And so to see her grow from using it a couple of years ago to where she is now, and then being on Wakelet Community Week last year, doing her mindfulness and yoga, to presenting all the awesome things that she's been doing. To me, that was like a really heartfelt part of seeing today, just because we know her so well, and we've been working with her.
And I would agree. It's Amy for me. I mean, she presented last year with you, Tisha, on a yoga type of leading meditation.
Yes.
For her to present purely on tech and all that she shared, and all the app smashing, and the amount that we've collaborated, just couldn't be more proud to kind of see the influence and her ability to really grow. And she was using Wakelet for years with Lois before I came on, and she's just grown and gotten better and better. So, compliments to everybody. We're going to be watching more of what we missed, but that's one that stands out because that's our partner in our district, and she's just done nothing. And also, I would say Mrs. Basili's group that we did for Wakelet, that intro to Wakelet Live, the fact that you guys kind of spotlighted that on X, we were ecstatic for that. Those kids did a great job, and as did Mrs. Basili. So those things that are close to home with us in our district, those are the things that stand out.
And she came to us wanting to do the video, and that was great seeing her at the very end of the video when we had the Wakelet Live, and she made those signs for the kids to hold up.
Yes.
And she was so excited to have that. So we were really happy to see her.
We have a lot of love in the chat for Tanya, for all the messages today, for all of you. I want to know just briefly, so you have to give me a really quick fire answer to this because we are running out of time here. What session? See, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I know how you guys are. You're like me. You want to love all the people. And I feel the same way about all of you in the chat, the trainers, the community. When I work with you, just the growth that you guys have all made. But what are you looking most forward to? Which you only get to pick one session. So I'm putting you on the spot. One session for the next 2 days. What are you looking most forward to?
I would say it has to be Muhammad's session that he's in, because the guy's always so great. I don't get called a legend by many people. No. He's a wonderful guy. We had the pleasure of meeting him last year at ISTE 23. I can't wait to see him with Stormy and I believe Dr. Michael Harvey. So that's really the one that kind of stands out for us. We're going to be watching and active and attractive in the chat.
Well, that's amazing. You guys put what session you're looking forward to. I have the honor of hosting a session with Vriti and Mike over AI and Web3. And you guys know that I love that topic. So I'm excited about that one. Of course, you're going to see me on a lot of sessions. We have a lot of student sessions coming up. You're going to hear directly from students with me on Friday, the very last session of the entire week. You don't want to miss that. That one's probably going to be my favorite because I always love giving students the mic and letting them share their voice. Alex and Lois, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what you've shared. Your tips were incredible. So much love in the chat. Thank you, everybody who is there. Alex and Lois, I'm put you backstage. I'm sure we'll chat again soon. And I'm going to do a quick sign off for the official 12-hour session. It says we still have 9 minutes, which I'm trying to think of another question. Lisa says Matt Miller's AI session she's looking forward to. That one's going to be brilliant. I think you can't go wrong. Please share the Wakelet YouTube channel so everybody can attend. And you know, Alex, you haven't asked me the most important question of the entire day.
I know exactly what that is. Can we expect a recording and some different materials as far as getting a certificate to be sent to us?
Yes,
Thank
you can. I'm so excited you asked because you can replay all of these sessions. They're all recorded. You can go back over and over and over, Alex, to watch yourself if you so wish. And I know you're looking for that certificate. So there is the form to get your certificate for attendance. I have put the resources in the chat, but I will put them in the chat one more time for session 6. If you don't see something from one of our presenters, no worries. They just haven't sent it over yet. So we will be updating that collection throughout the week. Alex and Lois, because we still have like 7 minutes. Do you have a question for me?
More questions.
Do we have the ability to throw another quick after party where we share some of the different generated images? I'm not sure. I don't know about that contest, Tisha.
That's great. I wonder if Rick is still in the chat listening. That's a great question. So if you attended our after party, Ryan, Rick, and I had an after party challenge to go in. Yes, another after party. We had a challenge for you to go use the AI generator to create a new Wakelet logo for Community Week 2025. Rick and Ryan are on that. They are looking through those entries. I've been seeing them and liking them as I can. We should have a prize winner by Friday. I would really love to announce that with the students, but we're going to go in and take a look. Remember, they have to be timestamped. Do you remember, Alex? They had to be timestamped yesterday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Central Time. So we will be going to check that. Yes, Tanya, it's a fiesta time. Do you have any other questions, Alex, that I might be able to answer for you?
So there's one winner for that?
Well, we started off with one winner. You know, I'm like Oprah. I want to give everybody the car.
You get a car, you get a car.
That's what I want. We'll see what we can do with that. We may have more than one winner if it's up to me, but you know, I'm not the only one in charge of this. Rick and Ryan are team control. They may tell me we can't have that many. So that's a great question.
I will share really quick, just to go back to that Wakelet collection. If the gifts don't work for anybody, please reach out to any of those trainers on that list or any of the Wakelet team, and we're going to help you get where you need to be. So we're excited, looking forward to the summer to add more tips and tricks, more hacks for the platform, get people up and running as good as possible.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining. I am going to say farewell to you, and I'm going to sign off officially with everybody, but so much love to you from Texas to New Jersey.